If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do the 9 things we're about to share, you're not just aging well, you're a rare shot, with a better shot at reaching 100 than you might imagine. Longevity isn't only about luck or genes, it's about the little habits you practice every day, often without realizing how much they matter. Many folks assume aging means an inevitable slide into decline, but that's not the whole story. Some people hold on to strength, flexibility, and mental sharpness far beyond what most expect. They move with ease, stay engaged, and keep abilities that others their age struggle to maintain. These are the ones who don't just live longer, they live better. In this video, we'll walk through 9 key signs that set you apart. If you're still doing these, you're on track for a longer, healthier life. Some might surprise you, but each is a powerful clue to your longevity. Stick with me to the end because the final sign is one few think about, yet it plays a huge role in how long and how well you thrive. Before we dive in, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. If this resonates, type 1 in the comments. If it's not your thing, drop a 0 so I can make the next one even better. Let's get started. Sign 1. You can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. One of the most telling signs you're built for a long, healthy life isn't just how far you can walk, it's how fast. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still stride at a brisk pace without gasping for air, you're in a rare and remarkable group. Walking speed is directly tied to lifespan, with studies showing that those who keep a lively pace tend to live longer, fuller lives. This isn't just about staying fit, it's a snapshot of your heart health, lung function, muscle endurance, and overall vitality. A confident, steady stride means your heart is pumping blood efficiently, your lungs are delivering oxygen smoothly, and your muscles have the stamina to keep you moving forward, as 71-year-old Agnes Harper from Georgia discovered. Think about your last stroll. You walk with purpose, or have you noticed yourself slowing down more than before? Do you need to pause to catch your breath after a short stretch? A slower pace can be an early whisper of declining health, creeping up so gradually that many don't notice until it's obvious. Agnes's story paints a vivid picture. At 71, she'd always been active, but she started to see her walks taking longer than usual. At first, she thought she was just being cautious, but then she noticed her breathing grew heavy, climbing a short set of stairs. That was her wake-up call. Determined, she began timing herself on short walks, aiming to maintain a steady, brisk pace without getting winded. Over time, her stamina soared, her confidence returned, and she felt years younger. "It's like I got my spark back," she says. Walking isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a mirror of your overall health. A strong, steady pace shows your cardiovascular system is firing on all cylinders. Your muscles are engaged and your balance is solid. Plus, walking boosts brain function, keeping your memory sharp and cutting the risk of cognitive decline. Not sure where you stand? Try this simple test. Walk at your normal pace for about 10 feet. Then pick up the speed, as if you're hurrying to catch an elevator, before the doors close. If you can do this comfortably without feeling short of breath, that's a fantastic sign. If you're winded or wobbly, it might be time to build your endurance. The good news, regular walks with a focus on good posture and a slight push to pick up your pace each time can work wonders. Even small improvements in speed can add years to your life. Next time you head out for a walk, pay attention to your tempo. If you're still moving briskly with confidence, celebrate. That's a powerful clue your body's thriving and you're on the path to a long, vibrant life. Sign 2, you can get up from a chair without using your hands. One of the clearest signs you're on track for a long, vibrant life isn't how fast you walk or how much you can lift. It's something far simpler. If you can still rise from a chair without using your hands for support, you're showcasing remarkable overall health, balance, and muscle strength. Even better, it's one of the best predictors of how long you'll stay independent, moving through life on your own. As we age, muscle loss is caused by muscle. But how much we lose and how fast depends on how we keep our bodies active. Standing up from a chair using just your legs, strong lower core muscles, solid balance, and a sturdy core. If you find yourself pushing off with your hands or leaning forward to stand, it might hint that your leg strength is waning. Think back to the last time you got up from sitting. Did you glide to your feet effortlessly, or did you need a little extra push? Many folks don't notice your strength slipping until a small task, like standing from a low chair, feels like a challenge. Take Clara, A 74-year-old from Ohio. Always active, she was surprised one day when rising from her favorite armchair wasn't as smooth as it used to be. She had to brace herself with her hands. At first, she chalked it up to aging, but her doctor explained that leg strength is a key shield against falls. Determined, Clara started simple exercises to rebuild her power. Within months, she was standing up with ease again, feeling stronger and more confident in every step. This ability matters because lower cock strength is tied directly to mobility and balance. Weak legs raise your risk of falls, a leading cause of injury. If you can still stand from a chair hands full, your legs are robust enough to support you, your balance is sharp, and your coordination is on point. All vital signs of longevity. If you've noticed you rely on your hands to push up, don't fret. Strength can be regained at any age. Easy exercises like squats, seated leg lifts, or standing heel raises can restore the muscle power needed to keep this skill strong. The key is consistency. A few minutes of effort each day can lead to big wins over time. Next time you stand from a chair, notice how you do it. If it's a breeze, celebrate. You're in better shape than you might realize. It's a small move, but it speaks volumes about your long-term health and vitality. Sign 3. You maintain strong social connections. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked signs of a long, fulfilling life is your ability to nurture meaningful relationships. If you're between 65 and 80 and still regularly connect with family, friends, or community groups, whether through chats, gatherings, or shared activities, you're not just staying social, you're boosting your chances of a vibrant, extended life. Social bonds are a cornerstone of longevity, as 72-year-old Agnes Harper from Missouri discovered. Loneliness can creep in as we age, especially with life changes like retirement or losing loved ones. And it's more than just an emotional burden. It impacts physical health. Studies, like one from the Journal of Social Connections, reduce the risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, and even early mortality in older adults. Staying engaged keeps your brain sharp, lowers stress, and supports your immune system, all critical for a long life. Think about your social life. Do you enjoy regular phone calls with friends, meet up for coffee, or join a book club or church group? Or have you noticed yourself pulling back, spending more time alone? Social isolation can quietly erode health, but active connections, like those Agnes cherishes, are a lifeline. At 72, Agnes felt her world shrink after her husband passed. With fewer social outings and a growing sense of isolation, she thought it was just part of aging, until a neighbor invited her to a weekly knitting circle. Hesitant at first, she joined, and soon found herself laughing, sharing stories, and feeling more energized. "It's like I found my joy again," she says. Her mood lifted, her energy soared, and she even noticed fewer aches and pains. Maintaining social ties isn't just about fun, it's a health booster. Regular cuddles stimulate your brain, keep your mood empowered. It also reduces stress hormones, which can harm your heart and immune system over time. If you're curious about your social strength, reflect. When was the last time you had a heartfelt talk? Or join a group activity? If you're still weaving a rich social tapestry, that's a fantastic sign. If your social circle feels smaller than it once was, don't worry. It's never too late to reconnect. Start small, call a friend, join a local senior center, or volunteer for a cause you care about. Even virtual meetups or hobby groups can spark new bonds. The key is consistency. Critical connections keep your heart and mind thriving. Strong social ties are about more than companionship. They're about living a fuller, healthier life. If you're still nurturing relationships with ease, you're not just staying connected, you're building a foundation for a long, vibrant future. Sign 4. You can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Balance is one of those gifts most folks take for granted until it starts to slip away. But here's the truth. If you can stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without wobbling, you're not just steady, you're showcasing a powerful sign of how well your body is aging. For those between 65 and 80, like 73-year-old Martha Ellis from Colorado, this ability puts you in stellar shape. Studies confirm that balance is directly linked to longevity, with those who hold it strong into their later years often living longer, healthier lives. Good balance isn't just about dodging falls. It's proof that your nervous system, muscles, and reflexes are working in perfect harmony. When you perch on one foot, you're firing up multiple systems: your vision, inner ear, and proprioception, your body's sense of where it is in space. If any of these start to falter, balance is one of the first things to take a hit. Think back to the last time you slipped on a sock while standing. Did you stay steady, or did you need to grab something for support? A subtle dip in balance can creep up so slowly that many don't notice until a stumble or near fall jolts them awake. Martha's story is a perfect example. At 73, she was fairly active. But one morning while dressing, she realized balancing on one foot to pull on her pants felt trickier than before. She brushed it off as a fluke, but when she tried standing on one foot deliberately, she could barely last a few seconds before teetering. That was her wake-up call. She began weaving balance exercises into her daily routine, and within weeks she felt not only steadier, but brimming with confidence in her movements. Balance is one of the top predictors of fall risk. And as you likely know, falls are a leading cause of injury and hospitalization for older adults. The stronger your balance, the lower your odds of a life-altering tumble. Curious where you stand? Try this simple test. Stand near a counter or sturdy surface for safety. Lift one foot off the ground and see if you can hold steady for 10 seconds. If you breeze through it, that's a fantastic sign. If you wobble, don't worry. Balance can be sharpened with easy exercises like heel raises, side leg lifts, or shifting your weight from foot to foot. The key is a little daily practice to keep your coordination razor sharp. Maintaining solid balance isn't just about staying upright, it's about safeguarding your independence for years to come. The better your balance, the more confidently you can navigate life without fear of falling or losing mobility. So next time you're waiting in line at the grocery store or brushing your teeth, try balancing on one foot for a few seconds. If you can do it with ease, celebrate. It's a strong signal your body's aging gracefully and you're on track for a long, vibrant life. Sign 5. You engage in hobbies or keep learning. If you're between 65 and 80 and still dive into hobbies, pick up new skills, or challenge your mind with learning, you're not just keeping busy, you're fueling a longer, richer life. Staying curious and engaged through activities like gardening, painting, or mastering a new recipe is a powerful sign of longevity. As 74-year-old Henry Walsh from Ohio found out, your brain thrives on stimulation, and ongoing learning or creative pursuits keep it sharp while supporting overall health. A 2021 study in neurology showed that older adults who regularly engage in hobbies or learning activities have a lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia, with benefits extending to mood and physical vitality. These activities boost neural connections, reduce stress, and even improve heart health. By keeping you active and purposeful, reflect on your daily routine. Do you spend time tending a garden, strumming a guitar, or learning something new like a language or tech skill? Or have you set aside hobbies you once loved? Letting go of these passions can dim your mental spark, but staying engaged, like Henry, keeps your mind and body humming. At 74, Henry noticed he was spending more time watching TV than pursuing his love for woodworking. He felt sluggish and less sharp, assuming it was just age creeping in. Then, a friend gifted him a woodworking class. Diving back into crafting small projects, he felt his focus return, his mood lift, and his energy surge. It's like my brain woke up, he says. Hobbies and learning aren't just pastimes. They're brain and body boosters. They challenge your memory, hone problem skills. They also often involve light physical activity, like gardening or dancing, which supports mobility and heart health. To gauge your engagement, ask, when did you last try something new or spend time on a favorite hobby? If you're still diving in regularly, that's a stellar sign. If your hobbies have taken a back seat, it's easy to reignite them. Start small. Pick up an old craft, join a local art group, or try an online course in something that piques your interest, like cooking or history. The key is to keep your mind active and curious, even for a few minutes daily. Engaging in hobbies or learning isn't just about fun, it's about keeping your brain agile and if you're still embracing these activities with enthusiasm, you're not just staying busy, you're paving the way for a long, vibrant life. Line 6. You can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. One of the strongest clues you're built for a long, independent life isn't just about raw strength or stamina. It's about mobility. If you can still lower yourself to the floor and stand back up without help, you've got a remarkable edge over many your age. Ability showcases your flexibility, muscle power, coordination, and overall mobility, all vital for staying self-reliant as you age, as 75-year-old Ellen Harper from Texas discovered. Many seniors start steering clear of the floor entirely, worried they won't be able to get back up. But the moment you stop using certain moves, being able to ease down and push yourself back up means your legs, core, and upper body are still working in sync, a feat that grows rarer after 65. Think about the last time you dropped something on the floor. Did you hesitate before bending to pick it up? Did you feel at ease getting all the way down? Or did it seem daunting? These small moments often reveal more about our mobility than we realize. Ellen's story is a case in point. At 75, she never thought much about getting to the floor until her granddaughter wanted to play a puzzle game on the rug. Ellen paused, not because she didn't want to join, but because she wasn't sure she could get up comfortably. That moment hit home. She started practicing slow, controlled movements, squatting, kneeling, and pushing herself up using her legs instead of leaning on furniture. Over time, she regained the ability to move down and up with ease, and more importantly, she felt a surge of confidence in her daily movement. The ability to get up from the floor without assistance is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity. Research shows that those who struggle with this movement are more likely to face mobility limitations later in life. Why? It signals broader physical decline, weak muscles, reduced flexibility, and compromised balance. Want to test yourself? Stand near a chair for safety, slowly lower yourself to the floor, and see if you can rise back up without grabbing anything. If you can, that's a stellar sign your muscles and joints are still in top form. If it's tough, don't lose heart. Mobility can be rebuilt with daily stretches, strength exercises, and practicing controlled movements that mimic getting up from a low position. Keeping this ability isn't just about convenience, it's about holding on to your autonomy. Whether you need to pick up a dropped item, tie your shoes, or steady yourself after a slip, having the strength and coordination to recover can make all the difference. So next time you shy away from the floor, ask yourself, is it because getting back up feels tricky? If you can still do this move with ease, celebrate. It's a bold sign your body's aging beautifully, and you're well on your way to a long, active life. Sign 7, you can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Strength isn't about hoisting heavy weights at the gym. It's about capturing daily care with ease. If you can still carry a full grocery bag without a struggle, you're in far better shape than many your age, and that's a powerful clue you're built for a longer, healthier life. This ability to reach largest muscle strength, endurance, and functional fitness, all key ingredients for thriving well into your later years. As 72-year-old George Thompson from Florida found out, many folks underestimate the value of grip strength and upper core stamina until they start to fade. Carrying groceries, opening jars, or lifting a suitcase demands more than just arm power. It calls on your shoulders, back, and core. Research highlights grip strength in particular as one of the most reliable predictors of longevity. Those with a firm grip, like George, tend to live longer, healthier lives, while those who falter with basic lifting cap face a higher risk of mobility and health declines. Think back to your last grocery run. Did you scoop up the bags without a second thought? Or did you pause to shift the weight to avoid strain? Have you ever found yourself asking, with help like nothing? Susie's subtle shifts often sneak up so gradually that they go unnoticed at first. George's story is telling. At 72, he'd always prided himself on his independence. But one day after a routine shopping trip, he realized carrying bags up his porch steps was tougher than it used to be. It wasn't that the bags were heavier, his body had lost some of the strength he once took for granted. That moment sparked a change. He started simple strength exercises, focusing on his arms, shoulders, and grip. Within months, he was toting groceries with ease again, and better yet, his energy levels climbed, making daily chores feel less draining. It's like I got my old spark back, he says. The good news? Keeping your strength doesn't require intense weightlifting or grueling outcries. Small efforts, like squeezing a stress ball to boost grip, lifting light hand weights, or doing countertop push. The secret is consistency. Just a few minutes of strength weight movement each day can preserve muscle mass and prevent unnecessary decline. Carrying groceries, lifting household items, and holding things with confidence isn't just about convenience. It's about staying fiercely independent. When your muscles are strong, you're less likely to face fatigue, weakness, or injuries. And most importantly, you can keep handling daily tasks on your own without hesitation. So next time you grab a grocery bag, notice how it feels. If you can carry it with ease, celebrate. That's a bold sign your body's aging gracefully, and you're well on your way to a long, vibrant life. Sign 8. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs might seem like a simple hurdle, but they're one of the most telling tests of your physical endurance, heart health, and lowercase strength. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still climb a flight of stairs without pausing to catch your breath, you're outpacing most folks your age and carrying a powerful sign of longevity. As 70-year-old generous climbing stairs demands a blend of balance, muscle power, and cardiovascular stamina. Your legs need the strength to propel you upward, your heart and lungs must work efficiently to keep oxygen flowing, and your coordination has to be sharp to maintain steady steps. If any of these systems start to waver, stairs can feel like a mountain. Think back to the last time you tackled a staircase. Did you feel strong and steady, or did you find yourself stopping halfway, a bit winded? Many don't realize their endurance is slipping until they start dodging stairs altogether, opting for elevators or escalators, but that avoidance only deepens the problem, leading to more muscle loss and fading stamina over time. Claire's experience drives us home. At 70, she used to bound up stairs without a second thought, but she gradually noticed herself making small changes, taking the elevator more, steering clear of buildings with stairs, or moving slower. She didn't think much of it until a visit to a friend's house required climbing a short flight, leaving her breathless at the top. That was her wake-up call. Determined, she started using stairs whenever possible, beginning slowly and building her endurance. Within weeks, she felt a shift. Her legs grew stronger, her breathing steadied, and stairs were no longer a daunting challenge. "It's like I reclaimed a piece of my youth," she says. The ability to climb stairs results in your heart health directly. Doctors often use stair climbing as a quick gauge of cardiovascular fitness. If you can ascend a flight without feeling wiped out, it means your heart and lungs are still performing at a high level. A fantastic predictor of long-term health. Want to test yourself? Find a staircase with at least 10 steps. Climb at a steady pace and check how you feel at the top. If you can do it without stopping or gasping for air, that's a stellar sign. If it's tough, don't worry. It's something you can improve. Climbing stairs more often, walking briskly, and doing simple leg-strengthening exercises can rebuild the stamina needed to make stairs feel like a breeze again. Keeping this ability isn't just about strength, it's about holding on to your independence. If you can still climb stairs with confidence, your heart is robust, your muscles are active, and your energy levels are high, all signs you're on the path to a long, healthy life. Sign 9. You can remember recent conversations and events clearly. While physical health is a cornerstone of a long life, your cognitive sharpness is just as vital. If you can still recall recent conversations, remember names, and stay mentally agile in daily life, you're holding one of the strongest predictors of a long, fulfilling life. Your memory and brain function aren't just about smarts. They reflect the robust health of your brain's circulation and nervous system. As 76-year-old Dorothy Ellis from Arizona discovered, as we age, occasional forgetfulness, like misplacing keys or groping for a word, is normal. But there's a big difference between minor lapses and noticeable cognitive decline. If you can still dive into deep conversations, recall recent events, and manage daily tasks with ease, you're in far better shape than many your age. Think about your typical day. Do you struggle to remember what you ate for breakfast? Or can you effortlessly recount details from a chat you had yesterday? Are you still soaking up new information, solving problems, or focusing on complex vitality? Dorsey, for instance, noticed that while many of her peers grappled with memory lapses, she remained razor-sharp. She could recall details from talks weeks earlier, breeze through crossword puzzles, and keep up with her grandkids' tech gadgets. What she didn't realize was that her daily habits, reading, staying social, and challenging her mind, were keeping her brain strong and resilient. Your brain is like a muscle. It thrives with regular exercise. Folks who read daily, play strategy games, learn new skills, or engage in lively diversion, like Dorothy, tend to preserve their cognitive edge far longer than those who don't. Staying socially active is also a game changer for brain health. Isolation can speed up cognitive decline, but frequent interactions with family, friends, or community groups keep your mind humming. Want to test your mental clarity? Try recalling what you had for dinner 2 nights ago, or memorizing a short list of words and repeating them after a few minutes. If this feels like a breeze, that's a fantastic sign your cognitive function is still robust. If it's a bit tricky, Don't worry, there are plenty of ways to sharpen your brain. Reading, picking up new hobbies, joining social activities, and even regular walks can boost brain function and slow cognitive decline. A sharp memory isn't just about convenience. It's about quality of life. When your brain stays strong, you can keep making your own choices, savor meaningful fullness, and live life to the fullest. If you're still recalling details with ease and staying mentally engaged, you've got one of the most powerful signs of longevity in your corner. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on how many of these 9 signs resonate with you. If you found yourself nodding along, recognizing these abilities in yourself, whether it's Clara's stair-climbing ease at 70, Ellen's floor mobility at 75, or Dorothy's sharp memory at 76, you're doing far better than you might realize. Meaning strength, balance, endurance, mental clarity, quality sleep, social connections, and a curious mind into your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just a mark of good health. It's proof you're on the path to a longer, more independent life. The notion that aging equals decline is only half the story. Your body and mind can stay vibrant and sharp well into your later years, and these signs are living evidence. If you're still checking these boxes, your muscles are firing efficiently, your heart is pumping strong, your brain is crisp, your relationships are thriving, and your energy fuels your days. In short, you're not just aging, you're flourishing. But here's the beauty. Even if you spotted areas to improve, it's never too late to start. Strength can be rebuilt, balance sharpened, stamina boosted, and memory honed. Small, steady efforts, like Agnes's knitting circle at 72, or Henry's woodworking revival at 74, make all the difference. Keep your body strong, mind sharp, and connections tight, with daily habits to thrive well into your later years. We'd love to hear from you. Which sign hit home? Maybe Martha's one for balance at 73, or Walter's grocery carrying strength at 72. Share one thing you learned today and how you'll weave it into your life in the comments below. Your stories inspire our community, so don't hold back. If this video sparks something in you, give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips to live your best years. Thanks for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.